G'day everyone, I'm Badonna Josh and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in this video here for this one, I'm going to be showing you the highlights of it. And yes, this is the post-com, not a live com, this is an actual post-com itself. So if you don't know what it is, I did that live comms a while ago. Now I'm doing this as a post-com. So this means I did it, recorded without having live comms itself. So I thought this is going to be interesting. So why not do this in this sort of future that we'll be doing for content. So we already start with qualifying right now, and the lap times is not too bad. I did a 1:47. It's kind of a slow lap, but yeah, it's just not good already this one. But this one already is probably one of my best laps ever. And yeah, so round 4, we did this one now on the first round. I didn't get a race in the second round. I did race in the third round, which we did it on live comms video. And the other one we did it was the live stream, which is the first round in Suzuka. And the other ones, I did record the Nations Cup round 2, and I did record the round 3 ones, but I'm gonna save it already because I think the first, I think the third round itself already was a bit of a stinker. Let's just be fair for this one. I'm gonna say there's a spoiler alert for this one. So yeah, our lap time was not that bad already. We just kind of improved a little bit, but we have some like slipstreams from the drivers in front here. That is, I think it's the, I would say it was the Peugeot. Yeah, it's the Peugeot car up ahead. He was using the slipstream. I think he was trying to use the slipstreams, trying to improve the lap times, but I don't think he did. And coming to this very long, flat-out sections here, it's kind of a weird one. Depends on like my driving and some other stuff here. As we're going to come across line, we did hit a very solid. I don't know the lap times. All I saw was a gap. So here we go for this one. We're going to select tires already, but the mandatories we're going to be using was hard tires. So the only reasons of it is I am doing some like strategies in my head already for this one. So like in my head already, I'll be doing 2 laps of hards and 10 laps each on soft tires. Now the reasons of it, my Honda's rears, I'm going to say this one now, my Honda rears are not very good with tire wears. So it's a 4 times of tire wear. So it's a bit of an issue here for my rear tires, especially when it comes to the left side. And the reason I said the left side, because we only brake and turning right, and the rear left does wear out a lot when you're braking and turning. So that is a big issue here. So here we go, we're exiting into the starting grid. Well, it's not actually a starting grid, we actually did the rolling start. And we qualified in 7th place. It's not a bad place to be in, but it's just like, out of like 16 drivers, it's good. It's a good spot, but you just actually need to like make your way through, not cause an incidents, and don't just be like in this bad situations here. So yeah, so yeah, lined up in 7th place, and a bunch of drivers already opted to go for the soft tires. Some drivers are going for, actually some drivers going for the hard tires, and mostly goes on the soft tires. So it's a crazy one already. So anyway, pedal to the metal, away we go in Grand Valley Highway 1. And this is the 4th round of the Manufacturers Cup. I'm just weaving the tires already just to give some warm up already before we break into turn 1, which is a good thing for this one now. We just got a job done, not just going for overtake, not just do like risky stuff. So as you see, John Ho in the McLaren behind me is literally caught up to the back of me. Now just look at your top right or your bottom right. of your screens here. Jono puts a late brake and hits Gonta, and he hits me, and we go around. And yeah, it was one of those days where there were some carnages and you'll be involved in one of them. Not the way you wanted to be for someone, including the McLaren of John Ho itself. So, not a good start though. Not a good start. We've gone down to last place. Actually, move up to 15th because John Ho just let me go through. Plus, he's got damage and he's going to serve his 3-second penalty for a wall collisions. Now, wall collisions could be a rare one when it comes to Gran Turismo and itself with penalties. And it's not very good for John Ho as he's going to go fall way down the field. It's like very far now. Up ahead already for this one, we got Darren in a Toyota Supra car, very old Supra, and Ferbs in the very Mustang car, should I say. This one is a very Mustang car, probably one of the worst Mustangs ever in like the history of it. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of lap 1, not too bad. Some drivers come into the pits to remove those hard tires. We almost hit to the back of Darren, who's in the classic Supra, and he's trying to go for a switcheroo on Ferb's VR. And shout out to Ferbs, who's using the VR2 on Gran Turismo. Shout out to him already, and shout out to his channel. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to his channel. We go, speaking of him, we go down the inside because he gave an open spot to me because he, Darren up ahead already, was making a move on Ferbs, and we also did make the move here. We're going to fast forward here because this is where we're going to make our very first stop, and that includes with the Mercedes up in front. We're going to put on the soft tires, and the repairs are pretty bit weird already for this one. It's actually 0.002. It's a very fast repair for this one, so you don't have to like worry about it. You just only have to come in and yeah, it will repair for like 0.002 seconds or 0.001 seconds. Now here's the difference here between light damage and heavy damage. Light damage already, we did get damage already, but it only repairs instance for like a few seconds already. Heavy damage, you only just stick like this. Say for example, you got a front aero damage, and then you have to deal with it until you have to come into the pits to repair it, or just make it like a scheduled pit stops. So as you can see, John Ho had a huge mistake at the exit of the bridge, and we're going to try to make a move down the inside, but he has more grip on the braking, Jesus. And how much does he has more grip on the McLaren? I mean, does he have like anything else already, or does he use like cheat codes like Thomas Ronhar or something like that? I would not say it. But anyway, we're going to skip forward right to lap 4, and the Lexus up ahead already has made a stop, so we get rid of those hard tires and put on the soft tires itself. There's going to be some 4-car actions here goes on, including the Lexus, Mercedes, McLaren, and the Honda itself. It's crazy at the and even so for this one, we gave him a bump and he goes for the overtake on the Mercedes. That is not the way I wanted to be for somebody, even though he did get the job done. He actually put his nose in there, put a late brake on it, but actually trying to make a move, but didn't work out. He's trying to go for a switcheroo here, but didn't work out for the McLaren. Not working out for the McLaren, but did work out for the Mercedes. He actually defended so well here. Give it a props to this guy right here for this one now. So a few seconds later, the Mercedes got a 0.5 second penalty for a corner cutscene, and it's not a good thing. Or for like seeing track limits, not a good thing for the Mercedes here. We try to go for a switcheroo, but nothing else happens. I thought it would work, but nah, it will never work. Right? We'll just only have to deal with it until like we were in the braking zone. So we had like a good chances already, but nothing works out well until we get to the few seconds later when we get to the point here. You can see we just nearly hit the barriers on the right hand side of the hairpin there. Not a good thing for that. So now we're going to try and he made a huge mistake here. But there is a bit of a distinct going on here for this one now. He thinks that we did make contact. It was the desync connection issues between the Asia and the Oceania regions. Bit of a slight bit of issues here. But anyway, we move up the place by a default desync. So did I say distinct, or is it just me not pronouncing it desync? So anyway, we move up to P15, P15, and we're now catching up to John Ho up ahead. It was literally catching up to a Lexus. Right, and speaking of these two, they're going to go side by side. He goes to the inside line and is going to try to make a very clean slipstream overtake. We're going to try to go for a little bit of a lunge here, trying to make the move here, but then we got made contact by the Lexus, and that just frustrates me a bit, Ray. I just not happy with the way he just do this, Ray. It's just one of these days, Ray, when you got bumped already and you just got annoyed already, and some people will say like they didn't do anything wrong already, but he did made a mistake up ahead, Ray, but yet again not what I was thinking of, not the way I was thinking of. But yeah, a few seconds later we're caught up to the back of him, and we're gonna make it a very clean move to the inside at turn, I would say turn 2 or turn 1, because like the fast left-hander into the braking into this second corner for sure. I would say turn 2. Correct me if I'm wrong for this one now. So anyway, a few laps later, this is the few laps later, we caught to the back of that Peugeot up ahead, Ray, and we had a good momentum here, and we used the slipstream on that Peugeot here to go to the inside line, and somehow we found the rhythm, we found the momentum, and we gained the position. Absolutely clean move, like what I was thinking of, and a very happy way to go for the overtake here. Up into key 12, which is a good thing already. And I'm very happy the way I drove already. And this lap here, this is where I'm getting a very pixelated penalty. Yep, a very pixelated penalty because I put 2 wheels on the white line already, and a very pixelated moment here. I'm just using a Super GT reference here when he said pixelated and got a penalty for that. So that's the thing, got away with it. A few laps later, we're caught to the back of Ferbs here, and this is where he was slow and struggled already, because he was doing one stop. He was using hard tires for the entire thing, and then he goes on soft tires to finish it off. I'll give props to like Ferbs Ray for this one, and speaking of Ferbs, he did let me go through the Ray for this one, and very happy for him to let me go through the Ray. So Ferbs on the bright side, he's doing a one stop. I'll give him props to this one now. Have a look at my tire wears on the bottom left. Jesus. My rear lefts were just not happy for this one. They're screaming to death here. We're going to put another set of soft tires, no refuel. Yeah, very happy already for this one. But we're going to put up some fresh tires on so we can catch up to the rest of the field here. And we're going to be rejoining in a very lonely 15th position. Very lonely indeed it was, Josh. You definitely need to learn about it. Anyway, it was such a sad time to race this one now, but yeah, it was alright for this one. We're getting an improvement here to the 47s, and we actually catch up to the Nissan up ahead, who was, I think he was struggling on those like track conditions of the way he was driving. I don't know if he was struggling with tires or is he struggling with the car track itself. Either way, I did struggle a little bit, but then I just need to find the rhythm and stuff like that. Either way, moments in the race, so we actually caught up to the back of Nissan a little bit, and surprise, surprise, here comes another of my favorite person I wanted to speak with. Is Ferbs VR and he's yet hasn't even made a stop. Like I said before this, he's doing a one stop, doing like hard tires for like 22 laps or 21 laps, and then he goes on soft tires to the end of the race. I mean, it is a bold choice, but is it worth it already to do it? But anyway, he just let everyone else through. I give props to this one because he's doing one stops already. But Jesus, he's also lose grip on those things, or he's just lost the back end of it, and that gives me the run already to get the position. What I needed already. I just definitely need a drink there. I'll be right back. Anyway, we're back already for this one. So, alright. I just had a drink of water for this one, just to clear my throat for this one. Anyway, we're up to like P12, and this one has got a 0.5 second penalty, and that's a good thing for me, because now we're going to move up to P11. Absolutely lovely job here, and thank you to Kaz for having this idea for this one now, and I think I will be really appreciated for this one. So a few laps later, we're caught to the back of that Supra, up to lap 19 already. We're caught to the back of Supra, and I was trying to make a move here for this one, which we did already. We're going to the inside line. I had my nose ahead, but he had a good run on the outside line, and he was nose ahead just before he heads to the corner. I had to back out of it, so I just don't want to make contact, and I'll be caused to blame on it for this one. So that is not a good thing for this one, but it's the right thing. We had to back out of it, and we could turn this position to Darren himself. Alright, so pretty solid, pretty fine race for this one, but it's not very good up ahead there. As you see, Jono has made a huge mistake. Luckily, he didn't get any damage already. Luckily, he's got no penalties due to the collision with the wall. He made a save of it, but then he will just lose times already. So, but this is where interesting is happening up ahead already. As you can see, Darren's trying to make a move. He made a big bump on that Peugeot, and that frustrates Peugeot a lot for this one, and that gives me the good run. And the Nissan already has also got another 0.5 second penalty, yet again with another exceeding track limits. But there's also carnage up ahead already for this one. As you see, Rebecca in the McLaren made a huge bump on that Peugeot, and somehow Rebecca's move up to P10, and we move up to P9 already. We actually had a good run here on Darren, but I would say for this one now, he had his elbows out all over the place. He was all over the place already for that. I mean, what the heck is that? Is that even a good defense or something like that? Or is it just me can't even trying to make a move of it for this one? You see, he put his elbows out already. He just goes right, he goes left, and I literally trying to make a move here, and yet somehow it's just not going well for me. We just literally got back and forth by Darren in the Toyota Supra for this one. I can't even handle the thing already. This one. So it's just not good for me for this one, as Rebecca makes a little bit of contact already. I was just a bit of a frustrated for this one, because not happy the way he was she was trying to bump me for this one now. There was a bit of a lag going on already for this one between myself and Rebecca. It was kind of close one, but that shit me for this one. So anyway, we lose the position to Rebecca, and lap 22, and this is where we have to come into the pits for a final stop. And we also have to change tires and refuel the car to the end of the race. The only reasons of it, 2 times the fuel, like I said before this, it is a 4 times of tire wears. Tire wears are wear out more for this one. But I did put like an extra lap of fuel remaining for this one, because the only reasons of it is I wanted to notice already, because I was doing it flat out already, and I got no issues of it, so I could just probably just like go flat out already, set like a personal best, trying to get to the 46 mark here, and probably so for this one I'll be more happy to do it for this one. So speaking of like not happy for this one now, here's a big mistake from me. and that's my another exceeding track limit penalty. And yet, for the second time already, it's my second exceeding track limits that I received by Gran Turismo and the PD itself. So it's not bad. This one, but we have enough gap already between myself and driver who's in 9th place already was the Lexus. So I'm only going to show you my personal best rate, but yeah, it's kind of a crazy one for me for so now. But just before we get into it already for this one, so many view lots already, and we only hit 312 subscribers. The last time I checked it already for some, my channel is growing since August or July or something. Even though it's already, it was kind of a weird one already, but I thought it was okay, I only upload this video and then the other video I uploaded already, where I gain views and likes this one. And so many of you already was actually watching my short videos. And some of the times already, I thought I was I don't know how I did this already, but yet somehow I gained subscribers, I gained views, and yet somehow my video that I uploaded was ranking all F1 games already based on my opinions, right? But with only the memes themselves. And it was kind of a weird one already because many people were complaining, and I said already it was based on my own opinion. Because some people will say why is this bad? Why is this thing? I said it in brackets. It says my opinion of it, and that's the only reasons of it already. So I really appreciate to everyone already who subscribed already, and we already had 312 subscribers. So I'm very happy for you all already. I really appreciate it. And now let's get back to the video. And here we are. We've got a personal best already. We did a 1 minute 46 mark. We finally done it already for this one. But hello, surprise, surprise, I spot number 7th already for this one, so we can catch up to the Lamborghini up in front. So the other reasons of it, the Lambo is on hard tires, and he had a bad run already, and that gives me a huge chance to go for the slipstream and the overtake on the very first braking zone. Here we go for this one. So we had a good momentum and a good run, and we use the slipstream on that Lamborghini, and we only go up to 7th place. It's not over yet. He's on the inside line already, and we're gonna go as later we go for this one, and we actually got the job done up into 7th place, and that's a good thing already for this one, because I think we need this position. We need this position because we need points for the rankings, and we need points already for the manufacturer's rankings. And so much so for this one, it's just very hard for us to try to get to the best one ever for this one. And not only that, because it's hard to get number one, especially when you have those tougher competitions or the faster esports drivers. So for example, Takuma Miyazono from Subaru, he was quick already, and it's hard to beat him, especially when it comes to regular seasons or exhibition series or pre-seasons or any other season already. It's just basically you're a tougher opponent already to beat. So we're on the last lap of the race here, and this Japanese driver has actually won the race, and Rebecca finishes in 2nd place, and Bradley himself finishes in 3rd place. We come home in a solid 7th position, where we started to well, actually finish in this position already, because we got taken out on the opening lap already, and we were plumb last to actually get into the top 7. We had a good recovery already, but it's just not that good of a recovery. We should have just if we didn't get taken out, we would have been in the top 5 in the race already for some. As you can see in the standings, number 1 on 3 of them, and 61st in the Asia Oceania rankings already. Not a bad one already for this one, so we only managed to do well for this one now. So pretty solid already for this one, and I'm very happy the way I drove, and some others already like the way they drove already for this one. But that is it for this video here for this one. But if you guys enjoyed this one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for another brand new video. Peace, guys.